Hi, friends. Happy Thursday. I had to think of what day it was. Happy Thursday. Happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day, etc., etc. Do I look festive? I tried to do a red, white, and blue thing. Red, and then there's this line of white, and then blue. I think it looks weird on me, but you know, we are where we are. Also, my crown is already heavy. Also, I redeposited purple in my hair, so it probably looks darker now. Good for me. Because it was like really fading, like this weird gray green color. And people were like, wow, do you keep changing your hair color? I'm like, no, it's just fading, which is fine. People seem to like it, but I like the purple. So let me start the game. Do y'all want to hear Post Malone? That's what I was listening to last. All right. So I'm gonna do a little Genshin, and then I'm gonna do Baldur's Gate. My goal with Genshin was getting through the theater today, and I think Sijuin's story. So we'll see. Also, y'all get to see me drink my nasty protein shake again. This time, I made it with Nervalet is standing here. He's in a weird place. All right. He's standing next to some sleeping Hilly Charles. This time, my strawberries were bad, so I couldn't add fresh strawberries. But what I did was I still added my protein powder and like some some peanut butter powder, and then I put I had like a strawberry popsicle thing, a fruit popsicle. I put that in, and then I put a frozen banana. I froze some bananas, so I put that in. By the way, peeling a frozen banana. My freezer is like mega powerful. I don't know, but my fingertips were like, we're gonna fall off if you don't hurry up and peel this faster or something. And so I made this before I did my Beat Saber today, and then I put it in the freezer because I was like, I want it to be cold. I left it in the freezer too long and it like was frozen, but I guess it's thawed now, so good for me, I guess. So y'all get to see me and enjoy this. I don't know what it's gonna taste like today. It's going so slow. Hold on. Actually, it doesn't taste too bad. I think the banana helped. It needs to melt some more. I don't know. It's like glugging through so slow. All right, let's do the opening affirmation card and then hop right into the game. It's supposed to be stormy all day and it hasn't stormed yet, I think, question mark. So, well, we're gonna see what happens, I guess. Tomorrow I'll probably do a stream after work. I'm gonna go to dinner with my parents. Just my parents, because I guess my brothers are going to a family reunion that's happening this weekend that my parents aren't going to, so I'm not going. I don't know. They're brave social souls, and I'm not. All right. Opening affirmation card. Magic. We haven't got this one in a while. Magic. I believe in magic. I see evidence of it all the time. And though the tricks can probably be explained away by something sensible and ordinary, I'd rather not ruin the fun. Other people can fill their days with mere coincidence. I'll fill mine with, holy crap, that's unbelievable. Magic. All right, let's switch over so that we can get through the Genshin stuff and then get to Baldur's Gate, which I think in Baldur's Gate I finally progressed to the point of being like pretty much where I was the last time in the game. I think it took me longer to get to this point, but you know what? I made it, and that's what counts, right? This is where I was next to these sleeping hilly turtles. By the way, I guess I do know why I was here. Probably did one of those random events that shows up there, but yeah. Oh, I caught the Haunter. The Ghastly Haunter Gengar evolution line has always been one I've kind of really liked. Even though there's some pretty dark Pokemon. Pretty dark Pokemon. And like they were pretty scary in the anime and stuff. Okay, I think I'm actually gonna use this resin. What's today? Thursday. I think I'm actually gonna use this resin on boss fights. I forget what I ran yesterday. Oh, I ran this talent book domain yesterday because there are a couple characters who need that. He does, and who is the other character that I was like, I want to ground them? Baiju? Yeah. Who I'll need to go get more of these for. Let me condense all that. Why did my my watch just buzzed at me like, get up. You haven't moved around enough. Probably pretty accurate. I need to look. I think there is a talent book that's available on Thursdays, so I have to decide if I want to farm that today or just do the weekly boss fights. I haven't done a lot of weekly boss fights this week. Oh, look, I have quite a few of these I've been sitting on. So that may be what I actually do. And did you see I am running low on Mora? Running low on Mora. I'll give this to Baiju. Yeah, look at that. I'm down to like 1 mil. So now it may be time to work on what? What do I want to work on now? I don't know. I'll do the weekly boss fights today, I think, with my resin. I was doing some TCG yesterday, and I think I'm almost done with all the TCG like stuff in the game. Like I think the last of the like world stuff I haven't done is just over here. These 3. And then to be fair, there's a lot of like whatever it's called, challenge fights with characters I haven't done, like a lot in the tavern. And the boss fights too that I do need to go back and redo, but I am closer than I've been in a while because TCG just burned me out pretty badly. All right. Let me do, what should I do first? Let me do my dailies first. Where are they today? In Fontaine. My crown is heavy. I'm about to put the baseball cap on backwards. It'll like fit the aesthetic. I'm wearing like a tank top. It'll be like the American F-boy aesthetic. Look, Siegeween hit friendship 5. Wait, did I listen to Siegeween's hot goss on other people yet? I can't remember. No, y'all ready for the hot goss?
Monsieur Nervulette was the one who brought the Melazines to the Court of Fontaine and found jobs for us to do. Together we integrated into Fontaine's society and learned about the wonders of humanity. I have huge respect for him, and I really like humans too. Who would I save first if Monsieur Nervulette
There
and
it
a
is.
human
Y'all
fell
like
into
the...
the water? Well, that's easy.
Hold on.
He definitely helped me bring the humans safely to shore.
The F-boy backwards cap look. Alright. Also, does she have some... Yeah. This one's locked behind doing her story.
The Duke has the highest pain tolerance of anyone I've ever met. He wasn't always big and strong like he is now. But even in the beginning, he'd always refuse an anesthetic injection when he came to the infirmary to get stitches. He'd say something about wanting to keep a sharp mind, or something. I thought to myself, wow, what an impressive little grown-up he is. He's gone on to become an equally impressive big grown-up too.
That is such a funny way to put it. Alright.
Miss Cloran doesn't make a lot of facial expressions when she talks. It's pretty difficult to tell what mood she's in from what her face is doing. She used the lipstick I gave her? Really? I'm so glad she likes it. I knew that color would go great on her. The Fontaine Beauty Association holds regular meetings, and I really appreciate getting the chance to chat with everyone there. Most people, when I compliment them, just blush, lower their head, and try to brush it off. But Navi is different. She's always very happy to receive praise, and then she comes to shake my hand and take a photo with me as a souvenir. She's like a shining yellow rose who lights up the world around her. And whether it's daytime or nighttime, sunny or gloomy,
Dang, couldn't be me.
she always looks dazzling. I love looking at Charlotte's photos. You get to see what everyone's facial muscles do in all sorts of different situations. Tensed up, relaxed, stretching up, drooping down. I remember them all very fondly.
Alright, Siege Queen.
I still feel sorry for firing that tranquilizer shot at Mr. Linney. It was an emergency situation, and that was the least harmful way of incapacitating him. Thankfully, he was okay with letting me take care of Mr. Fremine once he understood that I bore them no ill will. Lynette is cute 2 times over, human being cute, and kitty cute. After observing her a little bit, I noticed that her ears lean forward when she's having tea or cake. Oh, I just want to stroke her on the head. Oh, you too? Why don't we ask her for permission next time?
My gosh.
He made a point of coming to thank me after he recovered. What a lovely boy. Oh, he speaks so quietly, though. He probably doesn't go out of his way to talk to other people much. But I could tell that he has a rich and detailed inner world. Because he looked so captivated as he was looking through some Melusine's paintings. Melusines have different bodies than human beings, so it's hard to find clothes that fit, even for me. I never know what to do with my tail when I'm trying on.
What does she do with her tail?
But luckily, Chiori offers a Melusine tailoring service. So now, all my Melusine friends have the chance to wear the pretty clothes they love. I always see Miss Emily's perfumes being recommended in beauty magazines. So, I've hatched a plan. The next time I take a vacation, I'm gonna cut my visits to Palais Marmonia a little short, so I can take some time to go shopping in the Court of Fontaine. I'm gonna buy loads and loads of Emily's perfumes to bring back and give to all the lovely little girls here.
Did we listen to her birthday one?
Happy birthday! From what I've observed, you're always going from one place to the next. So, I made
I remember now.
a special skincare set just for you.
That's right. We did listen to it. Alright, I got like halfway through this in that time. That's pretty good. I definitely improved it a lot. I think the banana really helps cut the disgusting flavor. So I have like 3 more frozen bananas ready to go. I actually can't even taste the strawberry fruit bar that I put in. Move. And they didn't drop any drops for me. Alright. I guess it'd be like that. I meant to get my expedition rewards earlier, didn't I?
Add as.
Oh, also, did you all see live stream's gonna be on Friday or tomorrow? Just like I thought it would be, except I will be at work. So, oh, but we can watch it if I do stream tomorrow. We can watch it after. I just have to remember to redeem the codes probably before that, so I don't forget. Also, I started getting this guy's commission quest line on Fanta flavors. A quick pick me up. All right. I'm guessing we get a little achievement at the end of this quest line, but I guess I don't know that for sure. I'm going the exact opposite direction of where I'm supposed to go. All right, try again. Oh. 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 It's like, where is it? How did that get encapsulated like that? A Magpie. Yesterday, he was like, salt. I'm gonna put salt in Fanta. You. I'd like to try uncarbonated Fanta. We're about to make a really weird Fanta. Yesterday with the salt thing, I told him, don't add salt. Should I tell him to take the carbonation out of Fanta? All right. What is the last daily for the day? And then so that I can drink this quickly, I think I'll head right into the Siege Queen story so that we can listen to the dialogue. Ugh. It may taste better than it has before, but it still does not taste great, by the way.
Way ahead of you. Silence.
Loaded. Shit.
Excuse me.
All right, I think the Siege Queen story is in Fontaine, like actually in Fontaine, because I think there was that one day was it on stream? I saw Siege Queen standing and I was like, oh, let me go investigate, and then I was like, wait, that'll start the quest.
Thank you.
So I did not. I think that was here.
This shop looks popular today. Wonder what the occasion is. Butterfly Dew Cosmetics now on sale.
Are we gonna see Emily in this?
Looks like it. Oh, Seedween's here too. Hey there, Seedween. Hello there, Traveler and Paimon. I hope you're keeping yourselves fit and healthy. You bet we are. So anyway, what are you doing here, Seedween? The Duke insists I take regular vacations in the court of Fontaine. This one just so happened to coincide with a promotion for a new skincare product, so I came over to take a look. I like to keep up with the latest industry developments when I can to help me.
For some reason, drinking this is making me really hungry.
Wait, you write for a magazine? Which one?
I saw Maddie. I saw
It's called
Maddie.
and it's
There
run
she
by
is.
the
I see
World
her.
Beauty Association. I've done lots of articles about skincare for them, using the pen name Maritime Flower. Oh, wow! You're
Hi,
the
do you like my
Maritime
F-boy
Flower?
look?
If Paimon's not mistaken, you're one of the leading figures in the Fontaine Beauty Association.
I can't even fit my whole self in frame. Do you like my F-boy look? Yeah, wait. Run. I was wearing my crown and I just, you know, the tracks. You're welcome. Wait. And I'm drinking my protein shake too. Yeah. How are you?
What's so weird about that? Everyone loves beauty. I really like this role. The staff at
Hungover, but
Cosmetics
okay.
are so polite.
Wait, what did you do
And as long as I
yesterday?
wear a big smile on my face, I always get the best customer service. Well, they
She
sure
winked
don't
at
wanna
me.
make an enemy of the Maritime Flower. Obviously, it's because of Seedween's love for beauty. Still a leader of the Beauty Association? That's incredible.
Went out to a bar.
The truth
You?
is,
Hungover?
I feel because
Maddie,
I cherish
hungover?
beauty, there's nothing
Unbelievable.
beautiful or not. Oh, the words of a master beautician defy comprehension. Oh, wait, you're saying that natural beauty is the highest form of beauty?
I gotta tell y'all, I ate 3 pieces of Spam
Actually, Melusine
earlier because I'm really hungry.
from human ones.
And this is supposed to be my lunch.
Based on their appearance.
And I just feel hungry.
To describe our approach, I'd say it's based on cuteness.
Cuteness.
Oh, really?
Drank a lot. At the end of the night, had 3
Still,
audios.
value my current
But
appearance.
what are those?
Taking care of it, I've ended up learning quite a lot about skincare and stuff. It turns out my knowledge and experience is pretty popular with beauty product lovers. It came as a big surprise to me, though. Oh, Paimon gets it now. But speaking of your appearance, how come you look human anyway? Are you like only half Melusine?
Great question. We all wanted to know.
Ooh, wait, sorry. That was probably really offensive.
I
wasn't
want
it?
to know.
No, I don't mind. I'm not mixed though. I made
Oh,
a
that's
decision
right.
to
I think
turn myself
she
into this
told us
woman
that.
a very long time ago. If you're interested, I could tell you the story.
That does not match what she said.
Shape-shifting story? Oh, heck yeah, of course we're interested. Once
All right.
upon a
Had-
time,
5 different liquors in it, and it was blue.
long ago, humans rejected
Oh,
Melusine,
my stomach.
and Melusines feared humans.
Remember when I was like, I'm hungry?
There
Now my
was
stomach's
one
just, like,
Melusine who became
hurling away
fascinated
from
with
me.
human medicine, but no human wanted her help. And there was one girl who liked Melusines, so no humans would make friends
Okay, after
with
this
her.
cutscene, I'm gonna wash this,
So
rinse this.
the Melusine became the girl's friend, and the girl became the Melusine's patient. Your checkup's all done. You are still in perfect health. Thank you, Dr. Melusine.
I'm glad you're alive, Maddie.
Of doctor and patient, a friendship.
That
was
sounds
born.
horrifying.
Then one day, the girl.
I
fell
hope
ill.
Laura's alive too.
Melusine was the only doctor to arrive on time, but the adults sent her away.
Scram! Melusines can't be trusted.
They tasted good.
So just because I'm
I guess I would hope so if you drank 3 of them.
I can't save my best friend. In desperation, the Melusine approached the frightening witch. She begged and begged until she got a reply.
If you take this potion, concocted of sin,
How do you
you will
concoct a
gain
potion of sin?
human face,
She didn't drink that much.
grow human limbs. But then, you will lose everything that attracted this friend of yours to you in the first place.
Dang.
Can you accept that?
Dang.
The Melusine did not hesitate for very long. On a
Tried a
rainy
stranger's drink?
day, a little doctor
Right after the bartender
knocked on the
poured it.
girl's door.
That's good. I want one, and that's what it was.
Doctor wore
Dang.
a hood and raincoat, maybe to protect her from the rain.
The way you started that story, I
Maybe
tried a
also
stranger's drink. I'm
to
like,
hide a secret.
what?
The little doctor
What?
held the girl's hand and treated her illness, just as she had so many times before.
Envisioning you just like, there's a drink here for someone else.
Dawn came, and the little girl's condition improved. But the little doctor was long gone, for she knew her friend would never recognize her again.
I don't know. See, Joanne, you look kind of just like your Melusine non-human form.
Most people who know me just think I was born this way. Ooh, a witch? A potion? Why does this sound like a fairy tale? Trust me, it's a true story. Must be the way you told it then. It just sounds so,
All right, let me rinse this real quick. All right, y'all want to know what terrible, awful? Oh, look. That's right. I'm sitting down. Y'all want to know what terrible, awful, no good, very bad day thing I'm craving? Taco Bell. Would definitely feel like it would make me sick. But I'm like hungry. And that was my lunch. That was protein on protein on protein. And I'm like craving Taco Bell. I don't know what's happening. How's your new apartment, Maddie?
Every Melazine would take human form to save their human friend. That must have
That
been a
carb
huge
life. I know. What's happening to me? My body's like, give me.
Patience is a doctor's duty. We must always find a way, even when the going gets tough. Ugh. It's so crazy that they turned you away just because you were a Melazine, especially when their daughter was so sick. Well, sometimes appearance can be a real barrier, but that was a long time ago. I like how I look now anyway. Hi, Run too! You're super cute this way.
Attention customers! Thank you all for waiting. Now, on behalf of our skin...
Hi, Kevin.
I'm
How are
delighted
you?
to
I
announce
ate
that our
those
exciting
apple
new
tart
product
things,
is now
by the way,
officially on sale.
and they were very good.
Well, there we go.
House, not a part. Oh, that's right.
Let's have a look, shall
I
we?
forgot.
Oh, Paimon, if you
Kind of
would like
amazed,
to
like my
listen,
parents' house, but really
I'll
nice.
be happy to give you some suggestions. Really? Personal advice right from a leader of the Fontaine
You and Laura play the game where come here, and then you're going to meet her, and then she's going to meet you, and you like walk around a corner, and she walk around the other corner, and
You have already read about this product's trials in the
just kidding.
newspapers. To say that it improves
Wait,
skin
did you tell me you were
tone
gonna
is
get a
an
house?
understatement. This
Did you tell
product
me
gets
you
its
moved to a
name from
house?
the way it transforms your skin and makes it glow anew, like a butterfly emerging from its chrysalis and spreading its wings for the first time. We are thrilled to have the inventor of this fantastic product.
Are we gonna
with
see
us here
Emily?
today.
Oh no, that's a
Please
dude.
welcome Mr. Rawat, a researcher from the Fontaine Research Institute. Now, without further ado, I'll hand over to Mr. Rawat
Early
to tell
gym
you
day.
all about
Just
what
ate a grilled
Butterfly
steak and
2
corn on the
can do
cob.
for you.
Ooh, was it rainy? Because I've been waiting for the storm to hit.
I developed Butterfly.
It's a supposed storm, and it's never. So I'm like,
He's
well,
a researcher?
all
Wow,
right.
he's really challenging the stereotype.
It seems that everyone is surprised by my entrance. Or should I say, my appearance. I'm well aware that researchers are generally better known for their brains than their dashing good looks.
What is
In that
happening?
regard, I do believe I break the mold somewhat. Of course, appearance
He's
is a
like,
skin-deep
I know I'm a
layer of
researcher, but I'm
process.
hot.
And yet one's appearance can be a very real set of shackles, holding a person back in their life.
Okay, okay, King. Be a hot researcher.
When applying for a job, dissuade a young lady from approaching the one she loves. Our actions are at the mercy of our appearance, and we slowly
Oh, I don't know about all that,
person
though.
that the outside world sees us as.
I don't know about all of that,
What
though.
if I told you that those shackles can be broken?
Never
Our
mind, he's trying to
appearance
sell his
prevents us from
stuff.
changing, then let us first change our appearance itself.
Mom said it's raining there.
Wash away
Oh.
holes, birthmarks and wrinkles, and they can no longer rob us of our confidence.
Rained walking
Replace
to and from the
luster
gym this
and
morning.
radiance,
Ugh,
and we shall never again hang our heads in shame.
I don't want it.
That is
Had a
what
storm for like
Butterfly
15
sees.
minutes.
Its
Or
mission
you
is to
are,
allow us
Maddie.
to shed our pupae, undergo a complete metamorphosis,
Google this
and
morning was
embrace a
like
new life.
noon. You're gonna get a storm, and it's
Actually works for
4 p.m. now, so I don't. If it stormed, I didn't know.
Mr. Rawat, could I ask if you've used this product yourself?
Of course.
Of
I tried it
course.
many times while I was testing it. You can
Wasn't
consider
raining when I
it
grilled
a
just
product
now.
ambassador.
Oh, okay, I see.
Then it's sure to work.
Still, I don't expect to convince you just by blowing.
I wonder if my family is grilling. I'm about to call
Could I get a
them.
volunteer
Like,
from the audience to try it out?
should I come over? Is there food?
Volunteers!
Is he gonna pick our Sejuini?
Oh! honor. It appears we have a giant of the Fontaine Beauty
Supposed to rain
Association
again around
with
8 to
us.
10.
In that case, Miss Sijuin,
Like,
could we
good,
seek
good,
your
great for
expert
fireworks.
opinion on this product?
Feed me Seymour.
Sure.
No, I, like, since Sunday, saw the weather during this holiday
She's the pickiest user of skincare
season or
products in
whatever.
Fontaine.
It's supposed to be rainy.
Here you go.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The weather said rain, right? Rain. I was like, all right, well,
Very kind to
no
the
one gets
skin,
fireworks
and the absorption
here.
rate is high. Even for Fontaine.
Which, you know, people will still fire them anyway, but
Wow, now that's high praise.
I'll take one. Any discounts?
All right. Well, all that remains for me to say is, Butterfly Dew is now on sale.
Butterfly Dew is now on sale.
Think we should buy a bottle too? Of course you bring up Mora. Fine, Paimon will pay out of her own pocket and even share it with you. There, does that sound fair? And if you're worried about whether it's the right product for you, well, luckily for us, Seedream's here, so we can get an
Seedreamy.
expert consultation.
I'm actually gonna message my parents and see if there's food for me. Oh, we literally just started this. We are nowhere through this quest. Oop.
It's an honor to receive such high praise from you. To be honest, I was also hoping you might be able to point out some flaws in the product so I can keep improving it.
With most skincare products,
My
flaws
fingers
in
are
color
crossed
only become apparent with
that my
long
family's
use.
making food so that I don't decide that my terrible craving is worth it.
Any obvious side effects. It's one of a kind. Don't worry though, I plan to keep using it, and I'll publish regular reviews in Beauté's Encore.
Exactly. Exactly.
All you have to do is subscribe.
Oh, I was hoping for a more casual conversation, but you are a beauty association leader after all. I understand if you want to keep this professional.
Seedream! Oh, excuse us, Miss Beauty Expert. But do you think this product is a good choice for me and her?
Wait, are you the renowned traveler?
No.
That's right, and by her side, the equally famous Paimon.
Oh, someone
Well, I
texted
don't
back.
normally
Yes,
handle
6
customer
p.m.
complaints personally, but since it's
Okay,
the
I'm not gonna
traveler
get through
asking,
any Baldur's
allow me
Gate
to
if
make an
that's
exception.
true.
Butterfly Dew is made for all skin types, so no matter who you are, you can rest assured that it will be kind to your skin. If anything, it might be marginally more effective on Fontainian skin, but other than that, it works the same on everyone.
Why would it work better?
Get your
on
grub on.
Fontainians?
Should I go like this?
In the interest
Should
of
I go
protecting
to my
trade
parents'
secrets,
house like
I'm afraid
this?
I can't answer that,
I got
Miss
the
White.
whole F-boy look going on. Hold on, I gotta
Alright
kiss my
then.
muscle.
How about a friend discount?
Save yourself the trouble. I'd be greatly honored to have both of you use my product. Here, take 2 bottles for free.
Wow. Handsome
Paimon's private
and
funds thrives.
gracious and free stuff. Wow. It is definitely a publicity
I can
stunt.
see why you might think that, but please don't misunderstand. This gift is simply a token of my esteem.
Okay.
There's no business motivation behind it. To me, finding new customers for Butterfly Dew is about meeting kindred spirits, fellow admirers of physical beauty. I consider it a labor of love.
Admirers of physical beauty? Eesh, that's embarrassing to say out loud. It sounds so shallow.
It's nothing to be ashamed of, Miss Paimon. Most people claim to desire inner virtue, but it's still physical appearance that turns their heads.
Oof.
This is a fact of life. It's only natural for people to desire to become beautiful. And that's exactly what inspired me to choose this research direction in the first place.
I'm not liking this so far.
Everyone loves beauty, don't they?
Don't get me wrong.
Time.
I appreciate outer
Apologies,
beauty
but I have other things
for
to
what it
attend to.
is, but
I'll leave you with these 2 bottles of Butterfly Dew, and I look forward to seeing you again.
it ain't that important. Look at me, I'm wearing a hat backwards on my head right now.
Use this product for now. Why? Is there a problem with it? The quality is fine. I just think there's room for improvement. I think I could add some ingredients to the mix to make it more effective. Really? Then why didn't you tell Rawat about that?
Why would she give him free advice on his
Researchers are a
product?
very special breed of human. You can point out their flaws to their face and they won't mind very much. But if you tell them that someone else could do a better job, ooh, now that'll make them really upset. If I'd mentioned it, he probably wouldn't have given you those 2 bottles for free.
Oof.
Huh, fair enough, that makes sense. If you're interested in the more effective version, I can write up a list of ingredients for you. Just come get me once you've gathered them. When you say more effective, you mean it'll make Paimon even prettier? Ooh, how can we say no? As for me, it's probably time I got back to the Fortress of Maripede. I mustn't leave the infirmary unattended for
Oh, I
too long.
forgot. There's definitely TCG battles I need to do in the Fortress of Maripede. All right, what are we collecting on this list? Oh, excuse me. If I'm really going to eat with my parents at 6, I don't know if I'm gonna get through any Baldur's Gate.
Traveler, the ingredients for siege wing should be nearby.
Oh boy, that doesn't look like a fun battle up there. All right, buddy, let's go.
Hunt them down. Into the shadows.
All right, while I'm here,
Settle down.
I never get many of those drops, do I? I wonder what my family's making. I wonder if it's gonna rain anymore. Google told me it is, but Google is not always right. plus, the weather is weird and finicky. I like straighten my hair. And I like the conditioner that deposits color that I put in. Actually makes my hair really, really soft, which is awesome. And it made it like straighten really nicely. So I'm not trying to mess that up. All right, Tissy Weenie. Only 20% chance until 8. Then it gives up to 40%. That's fair. You know, I'll be home by then, right? Right? Theoretically. Where is she? Blurg's not here right now, but Blurg and I are supposed to watch shows later, so actually I don't know, maybe I should message Blurg too. He said maybe I should message him, because if Blurg is not available, we're definitely, oh look at this guy, I want to challenge him. We're definitely Baldur's Skating tonight after dinner. Let me message him.
The infirmary is packed.
Please, you have to believe me. I saw it with my own eyes last night. Another me. He looked exactly like me.
Okay, I've written down everything you told me. Now, I have a few tests to run. Take a deep breath and don't worry. It's nothing to be nervous about. First, which finger am I holding up?
Your index finger, but I'm telling you, my mental state is fine. I'm not crazy.
Very good. Now, on to the next. Hey there, Your Grace. It's been a while, huh?
Ah, it's you two. Indeed it has. I would offer you some tea, but I'm afraid the timing is...
I thought he said, ah, Tutu. Not it's you two. And I was like, all right. Weird nickname.
Know what all of this
We're about to do some
This
weird
inmate came
investigation
running
here.
guards in a panic, claiming to have seen his exact doppelganger.
A doppelganger? Doesn't that just mean someone else kinda looks like him?
And that's what I thought when the report first reached my desk. But we've inspected our records. No one even vaguely resembles him. considering how certain he is of what he saw.
Ah,
I can
Maddie.
surmise that he's having some mental issues. So I brought him.
Don't
for a
you love
medical
hearing Risley talk?
Alright, very good.
I only say that because he is the voice of Claude from Fire Emblem.
Evaluation complete. I couldn't find any symptoms pointing to a physical condition.
I see. So do you still believe there's more likely to be an issue with his mind than his body?
I have to assume so for now. Psychological issues are more difficult to
You don't want to
detect.
hear me click my nails because that's what I've been doing
We can't at
just
least
now.
confirm that he is in command of his cognitive faculties.
The rumor mill will go crazy if word of this gets out.
Oh, it's not
Guards,
very
take him
loud.
to the ward for a period of observation. The Marechaussee Phantom has requested my cooperation on the case, otherwise I'd deal with this myself. Sorry for the trouble, head nurse, but I'll have to leave this to you.
No problem, Your Grace. I'll add him to my observation list.
By the way, we have a couple of guests here who've made the trip just to see you. I imagine it must be important. You probably won't need to add them to your observation list, though.
Oh, Traveler, Paimon, it's you. Hey there, Seedween.
Seedween, Seedweenie.
But
I'll be in my office if you desperately need me. Goodbye for now.
okay, bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
So, Seedween. Would you mind waiting for just a moment? I have another patient to see. Just find an empty bed and take a seat. I won't be long.
I gotta be very real. My friend was like a nurse
Brought him, and he seems to have taken
and told me
time
to
for
like
the worst
just like
again.
chill out on a bed in like a hospital. I don't know if I want to do that.
Paimon had no idea how busy it can get for Seedween.
Like I could wait in like the waiting area maybe,
Trying to ask for her help.
as long as there aren't like people sick and coughing around there.
Good point. Besides, it might actually be interesting to observe her at work. Well, this could hurt. So I suggest you take a deep breath first.
Lick his forehead.
Did his face melt? What happened to him?
It's anyway.
Ooh, they're hiding it. We didn't even get to
His face
see.
melted off shortly after arriving at the fortress. But since he's a serious offender, he can't be allowed out for medical treatment.
I wonder if that
Dr.
guy is
Morales
selling
asked the nurse to give him something to manage the symptoms.
water
This is gonna
from
be awkward.
you know, the water
Instead
that
of
melts
going to the Martians and
spontaneans.
Phantom for questioning. What if he scares them half to death? Will that be our fault?
Okay,
Gosh, she's
all
a
right.
phantom. Does this have something to do with the case Risley's dealing with?
Yep, it was a huge case. They bagged a few dozen crooks in one fell
Snow
swoop.
Run.
And this guy's the baddest apple of the bunch. He harmed countless people. And now, it looks like it's all finally catching up with him.
You done gawking?
I'm gonna see his face.
Not yet. I need to check the severity of your ulcers to decide the right dosage. Don't worry. We Melazines have a very different sense of aesthetics from humans. To me, he just looked like a little kitty with slightly scruffy fur, but still just as cute.
Okay,
Don't
Seedween.
patronize me. Do I look like a kid to you? Just give me the meds and let me out of here. I already missed my cell.
Hey, lose the attitude. You dare talk back to our head nurse like that again? Your days are numbered.
Oh, it's fine. Okay, I'm going to apply the medication now. Tell me if it hurts, alright? Look how nice Seedween's being. And he still talks to her like that? What a nasty piece of work.
Can I leave now?
Oh, we didn't get to see his face.
Not a peep. What a brave little guy.
Thank you, Sejuin. And I apologize for the trouble.
So, Traveler, Paimon, did you bring the ingredients? We did, but we don't want to interfere or anything. You're busy saving lives here. Oh, don't be silly. I agreed to it, didn't I? Just hand me the ingredients, and I'll make some time to whip it into the improved
Snow
version
Run.
for you. Take a rest here if you want. Or, if you're not tired, I hear they're holding a new pancreation tournament in the administration area. Or alternatively, is there anything we could help you with, Sejuin? That's right! Let us help you out! It's the least we could do! Good point. Kind-hearted
2 out of 2
humans
better
start
quit
to
while I'm
feel
ahead.
guilt if they accept free help from others.
No, it's like the lottery. You can't win if you don't try.
Don't worry. I'll take a look at my schedule. I'm sure I can find something.
You
to
miss
fit this
100% of the shots you don't take.
Gotta
Wayne
worry,
Gretzky,
though.
Michael Scott.
Retiring work. So I suggest you take a break first, then come back and see me when you're ready. We're ready, Seedween. What's our first mission?
We're on a mission.
I found the perfect job for the traveler. First, I'd like you to lie down in this.
All right. I already don't like where this is going. I just, like I said, I don't know if I'd want to lay in like a sick bed.
I need you to pretend to be sick. What? Is it that difficult? I thought you did a pretty good job last time.
Oof.
So you knew. I sure did. She was way more interesting than the usual malingering inmates. When you played along very well, Paimon. I observed you two for quite a while after that. Well, this is awkward.
Is she trying to get us thrown into observation?
No time to explain. My next patient will be here any second. Please just do as I say. You can, pretend like you've got a nasty headache.
Not dry heaving.
Dry heaving for good measure. Okay.
Hey, Doc. It's me. I'm only here because my mom won't stop pestering me about it.
Why is there a kid in the Fortress of Meripede?
Well, your mother has enough on her plate with a busy job. The last thing she needs is to worry about you being sick as well.
I know. I shouldn't treat the place like a playground. Shouldn't go swimming in the lower levels where we join up with the sea.
Hydrate? Okay.
And distract her from her
I haven't
work.
seen you drink on your own yet. Did you miss me drink down that protein shake?
A few days, but it's always don't do this and don't do that.
Hydrate or dihydrate?
Put yourself down and I'll take your temperature. Your fever.
Thank you.
Well,
We love agua.
listen. 1 cup for starters, and we'll see if it helps.
Everyone, drink some water.
It's so bitter. Do I really have to drink it? I mean, I'll be fine, right? I've got an uncle who caught a cold. His fever went away on its own after a couple days.
Why does he look really weird from the side?
A note saying I'm on the mend? I just need something to keep my mom off my case.
Been drinking water? It's true.
Sure
Well,
can.
I guess I don't know for a
You're
fact, but
very brave boy,
as you should be, Maddie.
Brave? What makes you say
No
that?
more of those adios
Well, you have
MFers.
to rely on your own immune system
Doing the
to
protein
prevent
shake?
fever.
Another struggle for you?
Oh, then you
Promise to
have
get
tough
better.
it out like this young lady.
Not the coughing and retching. Today's was better than before, but I also made it differently.
Huh?
As long as you're tough enough to get through the nausea and dizziness caused by the high fever, you'll be right as rain after just a few days rest.
And I didn't cave and get Taco Bell
I'm
yet.
tough enough?
Hey!
What was that?
Wake up! Put it this way. At least you'll never have to see the doctor again, right?
Dang, what a way to
I
be.
think maybe I'll take that medicine after all, if that's okay.
Oh, of course. Here, it's still warm.
Ugh. It's so bitter.
I wouldn't.
Done. Great job, you two.
What?
That kid really doesn't know what's good for him. His mother's a guard here. She's been working back-to-back shifts lately. But unfortunately, his father's away on a business trip right now. She had no choice but to bring her son here for the time being. He was
All right,
happy at
Fontaine does
first.
not have good child care.
Seemed to think that the Fortress of Meripede would be all fun and games. So you made us put on that act just to scare a kid into taking his medicine?
Scared straight.
That's a pretty sneaky trick. Seems like there's a whole side to Siegewing we never knew about.
Way to fight temptation. No.
My teacher.
Ate the juicy steak, only ate half and saved the other half for dinner so I can stay under my daily calorie limit.
She was human.
I gotta say, I haven't been good. I slammed all 4 of those apple tart things yesterday.
Sorry.
One sitting.
I really like my teacher. So it's always nice when I get to talk about her with other people.
Actually, I ate 2 and then I was like, I'll save the other 2. But then part of me was like, I don't know if I want to save them any longer because like I don't know how I feel like you're supposed to eat them quickly.
She used to say, if you can scare the little brats into taking their
So I ate them all.
you won't have to hear them wailing and screeching when their condition gets worse.
I need to give you back your Tupperware thingies.
Huh, she sounds like a pretty strict teacher. Strict? Well, that's not how my teacher saw it. She
They're
thought
so
of
good.
herself
Did
as
the same the
tough
first
and
time I
kid.
got them for you.
Strange way for a doctor to describe themselves. Now
They're
Papa's
really
curious
good.
what you look like.
Oh man.
As it happens,
I was playing
actually have
Pathfinder
extra-
yesterday on cam, probably eating them, and everyone was probably like,
Oh, wow, yeah, okay, that'll terrify the kids. Yep. All the children she treated thought she was a witch.
like
Why
you?
does it almost sound like you're envious of her? Oh, because I am. If she was here, all the children would take their medicine without any need for
I
tricks.
threw from my mouth, eating one fresh out of the oven with the hot apple filling and flaky crust. I should have put mine in the air fryer to heat them up. I just hate them cold
Me,
or
on the
lukewarm,
other
whatever.
hand, it's hopeless. Children aren't afraid of me at all.
Oh,
That's actually
I can make children afraid of me.
My next patient should be arriving now. Would you mind lending me a hand again? Sure thing. On to the next mission.
Do I have to pretend to be sick again?
Is it nighttime already? That flew by. You really have a busy job, Seedween. Well, thanks to you two, it was much easier today. Should we get some rest? It's getting pretty late. Oh, there is one last thing. I have to keep it confidential, so we usually leave it till after everyone's clocked out. Confidential? Are you sure you can tell us? Well, it's fine. You're not living here anymore, so it's okay if you know. All it is I have to prepare some ingredients to make healthy meals with. Wait, you mean those healthy meals? My patients refuse to eat any healthy meals I prepare in front of them, so I have to prep the ingredients in secret, then let the chef at the Keyboard
Interesting.
cafeteria handle the
That's why I
rest.
ate all 4 at once. They're so heavenly hot. Just went
It really makes
fat
you
boy
wonder what's in
mode
it.
and blacked out. What do you mean? Had a tummy ache and everything. I never eat that sweet that
I can
fast.
teach you how to make it.
Oh
That way, if
no.
you ever suffer from exhaustion on your future travels, you can prepare a healthy meal for yourself. It's really good for you, you know. Sure? Guess we
Siege
can
when
help
teaching
out one
us
more
to
time.
eat healthy. Well, we're talking about not eating the most healthy things
The ingredients
for
are ready.
ourselves in real life.
Now, put them on the table and add them in the order I tell you. First, we add this special
Ugh.
salt. Stir it thoroughly, then pour it in. Oh, see that? It adds elasticity. It looks just like tasty jelly, doesn't it?
Ugh.
Yeah, it really does. Until you remember it's slime condensate. Next up, xenochromatic crystals. You want to crush them up into a fine powder, like powdered sugar. Wait, are those from
Yeah, I
Fudge
was
or
like,
acorns? Are you sure they're edible?
should we be eating these?
Finally, we'll need some high-protein meat. Frogs are an excellent choice.
Oh.
Just need to clean their innards.
Ooh,
And
ooh.
left with some lovely tender meat.
All right, France, calm down.
Oh, frogs. And we're done. All that's left now is to pack them into lunch boxes and hand them to Walsey. Yesterday in the production zone, I noticed an inmate who's been working for 2 days
Ugh.
straight. That means it's a healthy meal for him tomorrow. Siegewing really does have the inmate's best interests at heart.
Okay. I gotta get my daily meal.
Got some extras for me?
Just the one today. The serial number's on the lid.
Sounds good. I'll make sure it gets delivered.
Sounds like they're talking in code. Thanks for your help.
Oh, it's no trouble at all. I only wish I could do more. You work so hard for all our sakes.
I
I'd
hate
happily lose a little sleep if it meant helping you out.
when the NPCs have this little mustache.
If you reduce your sleeping hours any further, your health will start to suffer.
All right. Nurse's orders. I'll do as I'm told. But you take care of yourself too.
I got enough sleep last night. My watch says 7 hours and 46 minutes. But it also says my sleep score is like not that good.
Seems like the guards and staff here have a lot of respect for you, Seedream. In just one day of helping you with your work, it feels like we've done a lot for the fortress.
Head nurse, please, wait. I'm sorry to disturb you this late at night, but I think you'll agree.
Did someone
This
else's
is
face
urgent.
melt off?
Okay, just relax and catch your breath. What's the matter?
The guard at the observation ward, Odilon, he told me to pass on a message to you. One of the inmates there, the guy suffering from possible hallucinations, well, he seems to have made a sudden recovery, and now he wants to apply for permission to leave the ward.
Huh? Already? You were right to tell me. I'll have to examine him and make sure he's well before we discharge him. Looks like we've got one job as medical assistants left. We'll come with you.
Will we? Will we come with her? Alright, time to eat my welfare meal. What will it be today? Oh, a fried egg. Things happen. Don't take it personally. I don't know. That was our advice for the day. All right. Where are we going? This guy's a doctor. Why isn't he doing it? A grubbin!
Ah, head nurse, you're finally here. I'm so sorry for all the trouble I've caused you, but I believe I've now made a full recovery. After giving it some thought, I'm sure that I was probably just seeing things. It's stress-related, I imagine. I'd been working long hours, so I definitely wasn't in the best state of mind.
I totally understand. Still, I have to give you an examination before I can discharge you, okay? So, take a deep breath and don't be nervous. It'll be the exact same procedure as we did this morning. But we can start whenever you're ready.
Again, so sorry. I was in such a state this morning, I barely recall anything. Would you mind taking me through it again?
Oh, not at all. It's a lot to remember. First up, we have a little cognitive test. Just concentrate and you'll be fine. To start with, which finger am I holding up?
Your pinky.
Alright, all indicators seem normal. So it was a stress-induced hallucination after all?
I don't think so.
Well, we've certainly had previous cases of mental illness caused by overwork, which is why I carefully observe everyone in the production zone. I wonder how I managed to miss the signs this time.
No,
Please,
Robin.
head nurse, you shouldn't blame yourself. I'm just still adapting, that's all. Pushed myself too hard, and I guess I couldn't take it. Thanks for looking after me. I'll be as good as new after a good night's sleep. And if you can give me the okay, I know I'll sleep better back in my good old...
Did his eyes look like this before?
It can be difficult to relax in an unfamiliar environment. Alright then, you can leave the ward. I suggest you take 2 days off to focus on your recovery. I'll take you off the observation list for now. So, you're officially discharged.
Great. I can't thank you enough, head nurse.
Mr. Odilon, could you escort him back?
Of course.
I'm on guard duty in the administrative area tonight, so nothing will go wrong. You have my word.
Guess you're finally done for the day now, huh?
She's gonna say no.
Yep. But I still haven't gotten around to making that improved lotion for you yet. Oh, no rush! Seriously, it's super late now. You should go get some rest too. Well, tomorrow it is then. Good night, Traveler. Good night, Paimon. Hope you sleep well.
Good night, Moon.
Oh, don't you worry. We will. After a productive day of work, we're both gonna sleep like a log. Yeah, sleep tight, Seedween. See you tomorrow.
We actually have to wait. We do. Oh, I should have just walked there from here.
Paimon really did sleep like a log. Let's go find Seedween.
Seedween. Seedween. Seedweeny Bobini.
Whoa, how is the infirmary even busier than yesterday? Good morning, Traveler and Paimon. I have a few people here for a checkup, so you might need to wait for a while. No problem. Anything we can do to help? There's a bit of a complicated situation here. I'm still getting to the bottom of it myself.
You have to believe me. I'm telling the truth.
Why is his name Gascon with quotes?
Keep it down. Please, listen to me. I'm not Gascon. I'm Uy.
You're a horrible liar, you know that? We get all your mugshots with the arrest warrants. It's clear as day that you're Gascon.
You mean because of the way I look? I don't know what happened. I just woke up like this. Then you guys dragged me in here for an interrogation.
I brought you here to figure out what's going on. If you truly are the victim of an injustice, yelling isn't going to achieve anything. At most, it'll delay your vindication.
All right. I get it.
This is nuts. Yesterday's interrogations went fine, and now this.
Morning, Your Grace. What's going on?
Remember the case I mentioned yesterday? The one brought to me by the Marachose Phantom? Well, we've been questioning the inmates involved this morning. Every single one of them is claiming mistaken identity.
Huh. That's even weirder than what that guy was saying yesterday.
The thing is, none of them have been able to provide any evidence whatsoever to support their claims. Questioning them further got us nowhere, so for now, we've brought them to the infirmary.
And we thought yesterday was as busy as it got for Seedween.
We've compiled their statements. Have a look. Perhaps there's something we missed.
Pun. Who's this Pun? I'm Honore. I had applied to go out and see a doctor, but when I woke up, I was in another cell. Unbelievable. Gascon. I'm not Gascon. I'm Ulize. I don't remember how he said his name. Today should have been the final day of my sentence, so I should have gone free. What gives? Henri. I'm Eric. Why does stuff like this always happen to me? Now there's no way my release papers are getting squared away today. Lazare. My name is Odilon. I'm a guard. I think I was attacked. This isn't me at all. Stop, that's so funny.
Wait.
Release? Interesting. The inmates they spoke of in their statements appear to all be due for release today.
I noticed that too. If that's their plan, they're underestimating us a little. Every serious offender claims that there's someone else who just so happens to be due for release today. And they're expecting us to go along with that.
All the more reason to be cautious. Lumberzar, check the release list for today and make sure no one gets processed. We're gonna need an excuse, though. Just say we're out of forms. And that
we're out of forms.
More as we speak.
I'm on it.
It's conceivable that our group of serious offenders somehow found a way to switch places with inmates who are about to be released, so they can walk out right under our noses.
We did consider that possibility. But I mean, just look at them. They match the warrants, period. how could there have been a switch?
Only if they're dead ringers for the inmates due for release, I suppose. I gave you that name list yesterday to assist in your investigation. Did that help?
Yes, the inmates' mugshots were attached to the list. The first thing I did was check for lookalikes, and I didn't find any. The only other thing that stands out to me is that their voices sound a little different today. But it's not exactly hard to put on a fake voice.
Oh, really? What does our head nurse make of all of this?
Give me a moment. I think I have a way to confirm whether there's been a switch. I know, it's not time to change your dressing yet, but please bear with me. Huh? Isn't that the guy from yesterday? This should be Honore. He has very severe facial ulcers, which require an operation in the hospital at the Court of Fontaine. I authorized him to leave the fortress for medical treatment under guarded escort.
Yes, like I told you. I'm not Putton. I'm Honore.
So there has been a swap. Well, I can see what happened in Potton's case, but how do you explain the other inmates? You're not telling me their souls switched bodies, are you?
No, I believe it was their faces that got switched.
What is
The
happening?
method is a bit like replacing a tooth. Take the bad tooth out, put a false one in. And actually, I think I can prove it to you. Traveler, Paimon, do you remember Eric from the other day? Yeah, sure do. Then you can be my witnesses. To start with, please fetch the inmate who claims to be Eric.
Can't wait to see his eyes, and they're not correct color.
So, you're Eric?
Yes, head nurse. It's me. You do believe me, right?
I need to do another examination on you. Same procedure as yesterday.
There's his blue eyes.
It's the cognition test first, right? So I need to concentrate.
Now, try to recall if you can. The last time we did this test, which finger did I hold up?
I believe it was your index finger.
Because last night was the fake.
But that means...
Huh?
So, basically, last night, the Eric who said he saw another him suddenly recovered...
Hi, Imposing Focus. How are you?
Seadwing did another test before letting him leave, but that time, she held up her pinky finger.
Huh? I don't know about any test last night. There was nothing to do in the observation ward, so I went straight to bed. Then I somehow woke up in a high-security cell.
Well, in that case, there is a reasonable explanation for the strange events of the past 2 days.
So, what exactly happened?
The gang of serious offenders wanted to break out of prison, so they identified a group of scapegoats, namely inmates whose
Doing
terms
good.
were almost
Just
up.
not prepared to go back into work. Wait, what do you mean?
When Odilon was on
You have to go back to
they
work
ambushed him. They had
tomorrow?
their group
Next
switch
week?
Appearances with him using their face swapping method. That allowed them to avoid scrutiny from the other guards. Then, once all the other inmates were asleep, Odilon spent his night shift carrying out the remainder of their switcheroo plan. However, they made one mistake. Henri changed his appearance to match Eric's earlier than he should have done, and ended up being spotted by the real Eric. Real Eric came to the guards for help, but we didn't know then what we know now. So we put it down to hallucination.
August 1st. Oh, okay. I was like, it's so early.
However, since one of the gang members was posing as a guard,
Practically a month away. It still feels too soon.
his appearance and
No, you have a month to still celebrate.
waters even further.
Not going back to work.
Because I put Eric on the observation list by then, and no inmates on that list can be processed for departure until I've discharged them.
Hence why the imposters had to pull that little stunt to get fake Eric off the list.
Yeah, it all makes sense now. The Duke cracked the case.
Well, I can't fault the reasoning. But I'm afraid that we ruled out the possibility of face switching very early on in this process.
Criminals altering their facial appearance to commit crimes is nothing new. In fact, one of the explicit duties of the Malazines and the Marachose Phantom is to identify criminals.
August 1st, though. Shoo, that's so early.
And there is no evidence that any means of disguise were used in this case.
Huh.
Opens back August 19th. I have to go in early and prepare lesson plans and actually submit them.
It seems more likely
That is fair.
belonging to the inmates due for
You don't just
release.
reuse the same lesson plans every year.
Identity fraud.
Actually, there is a potion that can completely change someone's appearance. If they use that, even a Melusine wouldn't be able to detect it. A shape-shifting potion?
Forgive me, head nurse, but this is the first time I'm hearing about it.
Oh, I'm gonna get a call from my nutritionist in an hour. I forgot about that.
Our entire investigative process at the Marachaux Phantom. Are you certain of this?
Yes, I am.
But
please trust me in my professional opinion as an experienced clinician.
At the same time, without any solid evidence, it's pure speculation. If we can round up all the inmates suspected of switching places, then have a little talk with both sides, we might just get our answer. Yep, let's do that.
New requirements each and every year. No. I'm gonna watch the 4.8 live stream tomorrow. Not during the day, but I might in the evening watch it on stream or something.
We'll do it your way.
But I'm going to work tomorrow, so.
Grace, bad news. I paused the releases like you asked, but we were too
Oop.
late. A bunch of people already got processed 2 hours ago.
Too
I
slow.
checked the list, and sure enough, it's all the people who gave statements.
2 hours ago? That's before today's interrogations began. They had this all planned out.
So there really was a switch after all. They really pulled the wool over our eyes on this one.
We should be able to catch up with them if we leave now, right?
Not if that potion is real. They can just switch faces again after leaving the fortress. And if the Marachaux's Melusines can't even spot them, we wouldn't know where to start searching.
Yikes! So we're at a complete dead end! Well, technically there is one more lead we could follow up on. We were only able to arrest this gang thanks to the help of a researcher from the Fontaine Research Institute. I believe his name is Rawad.
Uh-oh.
Oh?
Also, happy Independence Day. Thank you, thank you.
Isn't that
Happy red, white, and blue.
skincare promotion? Handsome? Maybe from a human point of view. I just remember that he specialized in potions. One of the crimes this
Stoutland.
gang is charged with is the manufacture and sale of illicit drugs. According to Mr.
Hi,
Rawad,
Jade.
they appear to
How are
have
you?
stolen technology he developed through his research and used it in their operation.
Gonna lurk while
He
working.
thought it was a typical case of
Well, have a good
intellectual
work
property
day.
infringement, and he tried to negotiate with them. But once he discovered their criminal operation,
Good, how have you been?
he reported them
I'm
to
here.
the authorities.
We're gonna backwards hat. That's where I am
We were
today.
able to swoop in and arrest them all in one go.
I
Hero.
am doing all right
That
though.
took courage on his part.
Do you have a safari ball imposing
This is worth
focus?
following up on. As the
Thank
one who
you, Joe.
switched on
Thank
them,
you.
it's highly likely
Thank
that
you,
the
thank
bot was
you.
targeted by the
It's the
escapees. That
it's
aside,
really the
since
F-boy
he's
hat.
negotiated with them in person before, there's a chance he'll
Had
have
like
some
50.
additional information
Maybe you have
for
to
us.
type it separately,
Understood, Your
like
Grace.
safari
My team and
ball.
I will head to the Fontaine Research Institute
Maybe.
right away. In the
No,
meantime,
that doesn't make any
please
sense.
keep an eye on the face switch victims for us.
Of course.
Miss Morgan?
But I hope you have a good
Come
work
along
day,
and help me
Jade.
catch these criminals.
Huh? Why's that?
Well, I'm the one who discharged the fake Eric last night.
Thanks for lurking.
So I feel partly responsible.
Don't say that, head nurse. Your
Happy 4th
focus
of
is
July.
on the inmates'
Thank you,
health.
you too.
Rightly so. We can't ask you to help with arresting criminals.
Happy red, white, and
That's
blue.
our duty.
I also have a more personal reason. Cotton is a patient of mine, and if I don't get a new batch of medicine to him in time, his condition will get much worse.
Look, head nurse, I completely understand where you're coming from. But arresting criminals is dangerous business.
While Jade's here, everyone check out Jade. She's so cute, and she actually works hella hard at Genshin artifacts.
I can defend myself just fine.
You say that, but still,
If I may, Miss
And
Morgan,
building characters, period. But
Siegeline is
the
one who
artifacts
raised
the
the
hard
potion
part.
hypothesis, and I'm sure she
The
has
mega
far
hard
more
part.
expertise on the topic than your team. My suggestion would be to bring her with you. And
Aren't
if
you saying
really
no for
are worried
real?
for her safety, then
Oh, it sucks so bad.
there you go.
Artifacts
Right
are
on
really
cue.
the make or break
count on
it
you?
for all the characters, and it's like break it every time because of the RNG.
Okay. Well, since this plan has the Duke's blessing, far be it from me to
I need help. I can always help you out. Thank
We
you.
should
You already
have
helped me a
immediately.
lot. Even just
Time is of
knowing,
the essence.
like, that I learned from you is like a step forward. Coaching session. Oh, coaching session. Ooh. Honestly, just my count's already 10 times better, which is not a huge improvement since I was pretty bad before, but like 10 times better is kind of a lot considering like where I was. Go into account and build them. Oh, I see. That'd be nice. My poor Nervalet. He would hands down be my best character if I could give him better artifacts. Actually, that's a lie. Maybe Mike Ganyu would be, but anyway.
Greetings. Sorry to impose, but I'm afraid we're here on urgent business.
Everyone drink water, by the way.
The Marche Phantom. Let me guess, you're investigating some more illegal research?
Not this time, no. We're looking for a researcher. Do you know where we might find Mr. Rawat?
What? Oh yeah, Mr. Handsome, right? He actually doesn't work.
Got lots of
outside
characters
here.
though, I know.
There's a handful of researchers in the nearby area.
That's actually the painful part. So it's a lot to build. That's really the painful part. Ooh.
I figured he'd be the most popular guy around.
Well, I guess you could say he's popular, at least on a superficial level. He's blessed with good looks, so he tends to make a good first impression on people.
Ooh.
But in all his time here at the Fontaine Research Institute, I don't think he's ever had a single deep conversation about his
I don't know if
research
any of the rest of you use the Akasha, but if you check out Jade on the Akasha, she's got a lot of awesome artifacts and characters. Don't look at my Akasha. I'm not anywhere near that.
That's so weird. He definitely didn't come across like a recluse at that product promotion.
Oh, I don't find that weird at all. He definitely didn't strike me as the kind of guy who's good at making friends.
Really? Paimon couldn't tell. Must
It's
be a
true,
noise
though.
and perception thing.
Okay, we should talk with
She has a
his
lot of really
acquaintances.
cool characters
But we also need to
builds
check the
on there.
Research
Is
Institute
this
for
an
any
quest?
clues.
Yes. I'm sorry.
go.
Spoilers if you don't want
It'll
them.
save us some
This is the Siege Wing
Sure
quest.
thing. We'll go ask around among the other researchers with Siegewing.
Everyone close your eyes and ears if you don't want the Siege Wing quest. I think I'm probably 3/4 of the way through because I feel like I'm getting near the end of it. I haven't logged on yet, so I didn't know. Yep, don't look. Close your ears. I'm talking over them at the time. But I think I'm nearing the end, so if you really don't want spoilers, look out. Go back to locate then. But yeah, everyone check out Jade. I'm not on Twitch very often, but we do love
What is it?
stopping out on Jade when we
close
are
friends with
when
Rawat?
we're here.
We're trying to find out where he is.
Close friends? You mean because I told him I had feelings for him once? I doubt
Oh,
I'm
no.
the first or last at the Institute to make that mistake. Why would you single me out as a close friend? I should have known, really. Men like him, they just enjoy being surrounded by fawning women. They're not interested
That's really
in a
sad.
serious
This is a really pretty NPC too.
Okay. We were just kind of wondering if you might know where we can find him.
Why would I know where he's at? I barely know him, and he probably doesn't even remember me.
Ugh, this is getting annoying. Shall we go ask someone else?
I was like, this guy? Back when we first met him, I was like, he is.
She cares to admit. If we leave now, it might be a wasted opportunity.
Maybe, but we're not going to get much out of her while she's in this state, are we?
This guy is super superficial.
Among people in love, if that's what you mean. But I'm not here.
Not Citrine saying she knows a cure for love. Stop.
Oh, we're still no closer to finding Mr. Rawat. Oh, by this point, he could be in grave danger.
Danger? Wait, why are you looking for him again?
Oh, that's right, yeah! The Marshose Phantom said that he's been targeted by some pretty bad people. We need to make sure he's safe.
What? How has this happened? He seemed fine when I last saw him, and that was only a couple of days ago. Just happened to run into him, of course.
Oh, I see. Well, do you have any thoughts on where he might be right now?
Okay, but this is purely out of concern for his safety. If he's not at the Institute, he might be at his mother's place. I heard she raised him alone, that they had it pretty tough financially, and these days she's housebound due to illness. He makes regular trips back home to check on her.
Oh, okay. Do you know the address?
Nope, sorry. I only found out the thing about his mother because it came up in conversation once. I was just trying to find out more about him, so I could get to know him better. When I told him I had a crush on him, I offered to help him take care of his mother. And yeah, maybe that was a stupid idea, but did he really have to yell at me for it? It's like, fine, I can take no for an answer, but what's with the temper tantrum? Unbelievable. These guys only want to show you their charming, well-groomed exterior. They can't stand it when a few home truths shine through.
Looks like her love syndrome is flaring up again.
We need to find out Mr. Rawat's mother's address. Let's check with the Marshose officers when we regroup.
Cool, sounds like
Nice. I didn't have to talk to the two other people. Oh no, I still do. Okay. Take this. Antibes?
Hey there, are you Antibes?
Antibes, never mind.
What do you want?
We're here to ask about Rawat. Any idea where he might be? We were told you were pretty close with him.
Close? Not sure that's the word I'd use. He wouldn't even let me use his patent.
Huh?
It's been a good few days since I last saw him. I don't know where he's at. Go ask someone else.
Dang.
Would the patent in question happen to be related to the new skincare product he developed?
Yeah, kinda. Butterfly dew, or whatever he calls it. I heard he made a tidy sum off of that one.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Keep going.
Most of the other researchers here focus on mechanics, energy, stuff like that. I get why he wouldn't be interested in having anything to do with them. But I'm studying coatings. There's a huge overlap in our areas of research. Why would he refuse to work with me? I bought his product once and noticed it contains a unique substance that might have applications in coatings too. If it worked out, I could probably make as much as he's making. Don't get me wrong, I had no intention of plagiarizing his work. I was hoping to get official permission to use his findings in my own research. Followed the proper procedure. It was all above board. I would have had to pay him a license fee and everything. But despite that, he turned me down not once, not twice, but 3 times. It's like he's vehemently opposed to the idea of anyone else making the kind of money he does.
Huh. So is Rawat antisocial, or is this guy just jealous? Well, it doesn't look like we're gonna get any info about Rawat's whereabouts from him. Let's go.
Wait, 1 second. Mr. Antibes, next time you go shopping, you should buy some buell fruits. Peel the skin, steep in water, then drink. It'll help calm your mood.
Huh? Yeah. Thanks.
Bertram.
Sorry to bother you, sir, but are you Bertram?
Who's asking?
I said that one correctly.
Just some concerned citizens helping out the Marshose Phantom with an investigation. We'd like to ask you about Rawat's whereabouts, if that's okay. We're told the two of you are pretty close.
Not anymore, we're not.
Turns out we don't see eye to eye.
Oh yeah? What happened?
The thing about us researchers is, most of us do what we do for some sort of higher purpose. But not Rawat. All he cared about was how to commercialize his findings. He won't even let you work with him unless you sign a confidentiality agreement first.
Ooh.
Also, he has better control over who gets which intellectual property rights. How are you supposed to get any meaningful research done working with a guy like that? Now that I've got my own technical solution for my compressor, I don't need to work with him anymore.
So that's what Rawat is really like. We'd still like to know where to find him. Is that something you can help us with?
Wait, you're... Yeah, I know you. You're the head nurse at the Fortress of Merope. Alright, then I'm happy to help you if I can. I respect the work you do. Medicine serves the highest purpose of all the sciences.
Wow, turns out Seedween's got some real clout.
Thing is, I have no real way of knowing where he might be. I stopped working with him 2 months ago, and I've barely seen him since. But if you want my advice, I'd say go talk to the peddlers. There's a few he meets with every other day or so. Maybe they know where he's at.
Peddlers?
Yeah, peddlers?
Back when I was working with him, I noticed he met with them quite often. Wouldn't surprise me if they were involved in some shady business together, because it seemed like they went out of their way to avoid discussing anything in my presence. The little I overheard was about manufacturing and selling pharmaceutical drugs. Like I said, he's all about the money.
Drugs? Doesn't he work with skincare products? Do those count as drugs?
Who knows? I never cared to find out. He's the Morag rubber, not me.
Thank you. You've given us plenty to work with.
Welcome. Goodbye, and may we both reach new heights in our scientific endeavors.
I hate when people say welcome without the your.
Well, that's all 3 researchers. Let's head back to the meetup point.
I don't know why. It just bothers me. Like when you say welcome without the you're welcome. It's like you're inviting people somewhere and welcoming them in. When you say welcome with the you're, you know, you're saying like it's a gracious statement.
I started out thinking Rawat was a handsome researcher with a friendly and cheerful personality. It's such a surprise to learn that his peers have a different impression of him.
I'm not surprised.
So what's your view of him now, Paimon? A handsome researcher whose difficult upbringing turned him into a profit chaser with a chip on his shoulder? So your thoughts about his appearance haven't changed at all?
It's true.
Well, his looks are kind of a big deal. At least in Paimon's opinion. How did such a handsome guy end up being so antisocial?
Sandile!
Even with his difficult family background, it just doesn't make any sense. You can't judge a person solely based on their appearance.
Head nurse. Traveler. I assume you've spoken with the researchers. What did you find out?
That he's a handsome researcher.
Pharmaceutical merchants. Do you know if he's registered any pharmaceutical brands?
Since he was a whistleblower on such a huge case, I ran a background check on him. I don't remember there being any brands under his name.
How strange. If he was so focused on commercializing his research and averse to sharing his technology with others, why wouldn't he have registered his own brands? Maybe he and his business partners needed to avoid public scrutiny?
You think he may have colluded with the gang? Well, the crime was manufacture and sale of drugs, and that would certainly be in his wheelhouse. We can't rule it out.
Isn't that pretty unlikely, though? He was the one who blew the whistle on them! Most children who come to me with tooth decay...
He probably did it to preserve
a long time already, but they'll still
his
try to hide the fact that they eat too many sweets.
company.
Grown-ups and children aren't so different in that regard. If you say so.
Sandile came to make his report, and I certainly didn't get the feeling that he was the type to collude with criminals.
Ooh.
Perhaps it's more likely that they were coercing him. You mentioned that he comes from a poor family. So, it's possible that the criminals approached him, asking for academic
Soon row for you. Did I catch the last
luring
one?
him in with the promise
Did
of
I catch
riches.
the last one?
By the time he discovered who they really were, he was in too deep.
I don't remember what the last one was.
So he was forced to keep
Oh,
working for them.
goodness.
I've seen it happen many times before.
You have better memory than me.
It would definitely he was so
Barney. Hi, Barney. How are you? Stoutland. Oh, you have good memory because you're right, but I forgot.
He must be on edge all the time with the gang of crooks breathing down his neck.
Now it's jinxed. I'm not gonna catch him anymore. I'm knocking on all the wood.
Worse than we thought. If Rawat was working with the escaped inmates, they're sure to know more about his whereabouts than us. Oh, there's a good chance they'll get to him before we do.
Based on the information,
Siegeween's story indeed. Siegeween's story indeed. Scrolled up and checked. Oh. That's fair. That would be the only way I'd remember. By actually looking.
So he went missing right after that product promotion.
That
Ooh.
was the same day he reported the criminals too.
Not a good sign indeed.
Don't worry, everyone. I believe we still have a chance. Since he disappeared right after blowing
At his
the whistle,
mom's house.
it's likely that he's gone into hiding. Yeah, he must have been worried that they'd come for him.
All the more reason to find him as soon as possible. The only lead we have at the moment is his mother's house, which you mentioned earlier. Seath, think you can find the place?
Yep. When you register a brand, the Court of Fontaine requires you to provide a legal address. The one Rawat wrote down was in the outskirts of the city. That should be the place.
Okay, then there's no time to lose. Let's move.
Alright, I want to finish this. Let's see if this is taking us to the end. Oh, he's up here in this little area. I was just here doing that one quest from the Fortress of Maripede. Not all of the crystal flies running away. How's your fourth been? I haven't really done anything. Y'all saw me chug a protein shake. How has your fourth been? Oh, Barney. You did say barn. Dang. Alright, listen, Kevin. You did say barn.
Water comes in many flavors to the discerning palate. Mondstadt's way is
All right, this should be the house. I'm pretty sure this was the address.
Okay, I'll knock.
Don't make me flip this cap around. Ash Ketchum style. Actually, he flips it backwards.
Oh, it seems serious. Oh, what's the fastest way to get this door open?
Bust it down. Bust it down.
No, I'll handle it.
Been boring, but good. Video games mostly. What video games? Bust it down. Bust it down.
Calm down. Deep breaths. Remember your training. Control your strength. And it's open.
Seath, take a few people and lie in wait. Keep your eyes peeled for any activity around the house. The Traveler, head nurse, and I will go inside.
Ooh, we're going inside. I wonder if they're gonna give me a Siegeween to travel with. If yes, we're gonna... What kind of team do I want to throw in here? Oh, I know exactly what team to throw in if that's happening. This one. Oh, it didn't ask me to pick a team, so maybe not.
Oh, there. On the bed, there's an old lady. That's gotta be Rawat's mother, right? She doesn't look like she's in any state to be answering our questions, though. We could try, but she is very ill. We mustn't force it.
Well, doesn't look like Rawat's here. She's the only one we can talk to.
Wait, it could be a disguise.
Allow me.
Could be a disguise. City Genshin, Wuthering Waves. Then beat Xenoblade Chronicles. The first one? The first one. I'll call my mom at some point soon. It's her birthday today. What? Her birthday's on the 4th. My very first boyfriend's birthday was on the 4th of July. Admittedly, when he told me, this was deep high school, I was a freshman. I laughed because I thought he was just kidding.
Is this your son? Do you know where he is?
Exciting here, just because I ate better than usual. Yes. Gotta sleep in since I had the day off work, and that was lovely too. I feel that.
Looks like we're out of leads.
And most of the week off this week. Ooh, nice.
Things are looking
The first Xenoblade Chronicle. Never got to it when it came out. Really enjoyed it. Really? I have started it like 3 times and just never finished.
Maybe.
I think Maddie might have my copy. Maybe.
Maybe we should take
I don't know if I gave her the first or second. I have both the first and second on my Switch.
We found a good amount of useful information the first time. But perhaps there's something we missed.
I have beat the second one. That'd be a cool birthday. Cousin's birthday is New Year's Eve. Dang. Here I am with the birthday in the middle of May.
Stay with the head nurse. You're technically here as her assistant after all.
Also, I'd like some AR60 members to stay as well and keep an eye on the area.
Why's that?
If Herwad knows how serious his mother's condition is, he will
Xenoblade Chronicles is a long game, I bet.
Got it.
Over 60 hours. Thought it would be a game I'd start and never finish. Kept at it over the past month. That's really good because that's me with it. The first game. I kept picking it up and putting it down. And then the next time I pick it up, I'm like, I gotta restart because that's it's so long. Sometimes mine is Memorial Day. It was 2 years ago. Oh, that's a good point. Yours does fall right there.
Let me take care of a few things.
New Year's Eve would be a fun birthday for sure.
Yeah, of course.
Honestly, I'm fine with mine not being around a holiday because other than the fact that I don't get a free day off, like, you know, for the holiday, but because then it's a separate day to celebrate, I guess. GG on Final Mission, yeah, for real. That is so good. I still need to play through the first. I did play through all of the second. Although I feel like I still have stuff in the second that I wanted to do in my playthrough. I have not played I don't even own the third. And then Xenoblade Chronicles X. I actually played through that entire game as well, I think. That game is only on the Wii U. So I don't know why I played through that whole thing. I had more time then, I don't know.
That is why I became fascinated with it in the first place.
Get to the second eventually. My tolerance for JRPGs isn't what it used to be, so it'll be a while. No, that's very fair. I cannot remember the fighting mechanics in the first one, but the fighting mechanics in the second are kind of booty hole boring. And there's gacha involved in it, by the way. Within the game, so it's not like you're spending real life money, but
At the very least, I can lower her fever. That way she'll suffer less. And she might even be able to see herself.
Yeah. All the more reason to find Rawat as soon as possible, even if we don't catch those crooks.
I feel you on the JRPG thing though, because I feel daunted just kind of thinking about JRPGs. But the second one isn't quite up to par. Really? Really? Then I'm surprised I played through the second before I ever did the first. It was all right. It wasn't a story that I would also, it literally was so much cutscene. I don't know if the first was like this, but the second was so much cutscene that it felt like I was watching a movie or an anime half the time. I was like, this cutscene is so long and you don't do anything except watch the cutscene. I was like, all right. Oh, I guess we're gonna end up going here, huh? Oh, we're not gonna keep finding this water for the mom. Everyone, hydrate. Hydrate. Also, Blurg said he's doing family stuff tonight, so I will come back and do Baldur's Gate.
Judging by this journal, it seems like Rawat has a private lab.
And at this rate, I will have to come back and do Imaginarium Theater because I haven't done that yet.
That's great news. But hold on just a moment.
This whole quest took me all of today. This one paced cutscenes out really well. Never felt they were too egregious. Cannot stand getting caught in cutscene hell. I feel like they were spaced out okay. Like, it's not like you were stuck back-to-back cutscenes, but the cutscenes were just hella long. And it was kind of like if the point of me playing this game is to be the main character, to do this stuff, like, why am I watching so much cutscene? This is coming from, like, someone that played Kingdom Hearts, though, and Kingdom Hearts is a lot of cutscenes as well. I just remember thinking, this is a lot of cutscenes, and then looking it up, and, like, other people being like, yeah, it's a lot of cutscenes. Alright, to his lab. I guess I'm not doing Imaginarium Theater today. When does that run out? Actually, there's also a new event, isn't there? This runs out in 3 days. I might need to blast through this today. So probably what I'll do is when I come back from dinner, I'll finish my Genshin stuff and then switch to Baldur's Gate. But let me finish this before I head to my parents' house. Longest cutscene is 8 to 10 minutes. Those were at the end of the chapter. Not every single chapter was like that.
It's Officer Morgan.
I'm wondering if Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is kind of like that. No, I don't think so. To be fair, they weren't all 8 to 10 minutes, but they were pretty long and there were a lot all the time.
I can't believe we were so careless. The most crucial information of all was hiding right there, in that room. And we missed it.
Don't blame yourself.
Genshin has a lot of cutscenes too, but like this, so if you can speed read, it's not a big deal.
There's a mechanical door over here. Hopefully the instructions
There aren't too many cutscenes of Genshin that you actually have to sit through or skip them. Should I go to my parents' house with this F-boy get-up? I'll be like, sun's out, guns out. The sun is not out, by the way. It's rainy outside. Down we go. All right, this is where we have to pick a team. I'm gonna pick this, and I'm gonna see if they give me Siege Ween to go on this team. Oh yeah, look at that. 5-man team, stacked. Stacked.
How did they get in here? Captain, up ahead. Those look like our
Forgot to use Nahi to
So they found this place too?
get everyone together.
Don't let any of them escape.
Oh, what just happened?
The wrong test subject.
Oh, we found Oldalin or whatever.
According to our list,
Kevin.
fugitives aren't accounted for.
You caught it.
Hiding deeper inside the facility.
So these guys were just the lookout crew.
The Mara Shosei Phantom. How did they find this place?
Wait, it's that guard from the fortress.
That's right. I'm on your side. I mean, the Duke sent me. What's the matter? Some sort of mix-up?
Mr. Odilon, didn't I tell you a few days ago that you need to stop all field work until you've recovered?
Well, you know, gotta help His Grace out. Share the load.
Officer Morgan, this man is an imposter. Real Mr. Odilon has no recent health issues.
What? But I...
Looks like the head nurse was right about the face swapping method. Arrest them all.
Imagine being able to face swap with someone.
DuPont,
Whose face would
stay
y'all
here and
want?
keep guard. And watch the
I don't know
exit.
whose face I would
If
want.
we're not back soon,
There are a lot of very beautiful faces out there. Well, in this, it's more like they swap bodies, it seems like, because like they redress them, you know, in the here, but I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to fall.
So many jars. Was this some sort of production facility?
This scent. It's probably the ingredients used to make butterfly dew.
I'm still thinking about who I would like
Did it sell so
face
well that it
off
ran out of
with.
supplies?
It's not going well. There's lots of beautiful people in the world, but it's like, I don't know.
why would Rawat choose to manufacture a popular product like that in such a difficult to reach location? Given our suspicion that he may have been coerced into the illegal drug trade, I would have thought that any production facility we find here would be used for illicit purposes.
Perhaps butterfly dew is itself an illegal
Dun dun dun.
Do you have any evidence for that claim?
No, just a guess. We need to find Rawat as soon as possible. He has all the answers we need.
Understood. Well, let's not linger here. Let's go. Come on.
Uh-oh, Genshin drug conspiracy. Oh, hey, have you done this yet, Barney? Been receiving less and less of the source fluid. Yep, I knew it. I was like, he's using source. It's because of the flood after all. At least we'll be able to make our scheduled release after this batch is ready. Haven't? Oh no! Close your eyes, close your ears, Barney. No! I think this is gonna be the end of it. Well, of course, we do this, and then there's like a prologue part where you get out of here and talk some more, but I think I'm at the end of it, more or less.
Let's find another way around.
Not too worried about this quest. You're not sweating bullets at the thought. Oh, geez, I thought I was about to fall into this grinding gear because she, like, pulled away.
Maybe it's one of those doors that opens when it senses cargo passing through. There's a loaded cart right over there. Let's bring it to the door and give it a try.
Turned it the wrong way. What if I didn't follow it? Oh, is that just not going to close now? Alright, well. There's a chest over there. Was I already over here? Did I miss this chest? No, I wasn't here yet. Okay. It's like, hello. I'm not really one to miss chests that often. Ah! How dare they? Alright. Well, I guess I don't want to go this way, huh? Which way is this clock facing? Oh, wait. I need to move this out of the way. LOL. Off we go. Huzzah! We made it to the secret lab. I can't wait to find out the illicit drugs he's working on.
Smaller than the others. Judging by the implements on the table, this looks like a potion-making lab.
Head nurse, over here.
Let's see. Huh? Robot's clothes. Why would he change here?
He could be anyone in disguise.
Perhaps they stripped him down, left the clothes behind, and disposed of him somewhere else? Yikes, Deedween, where did that come from?
Oh, what a tragic way to go. Especially with such a bright future ahead of him.
I keep thinking this woman's weird.
There's a path leading further on, Officer Morgan. Let's keep up the pace.
The supply of the source fluid has completely dried up. So that means this final batch will be able to fetch a good price. Finding a new way to refine the liquid might be a better use of it. No, it's too late. Isn't it fun to know that you can miss some of these chests with primo gems in these stories? Alright, who are we gonna fight next? Not them peeking their heads out like that.
Are you serious? You're telling us that within a day, our faces are going to rot like yours?
Fontanian physiology changed dramatically after that great flood, and it's not as compatible with this.
Wasn't there another drug trafficking quest at some point? Vaguely recall one.
Effects, as you can see.
Why didn't you say anything?
I feel like you're right.
Look,
I feel like I vaguely remember it, but I don't remember it at the same time.
About right now if the Marshall say Phantom found out about your other crimes. Consider an ugly mug getting off lightly.
Ugh. You're just lucky we didn't leave you in there after you disappeared on us with no warning. We only let it slide because we're former partners.
I'm supposed to go to my parents right now. LOL.
Like this?
Partners? Make no mistake, each of us is only looking out for himself. If you place too much trust in others, well, I'm afraid that's your problem. You hid things from me too. Remember how you each had a spare potion? You kept quiet about it until we planned the prison break?
Oh, and you didn't have a secret spare? Then do you want to explain how you melted your face off before all this?
Guys, that's enough. Calm down. It is what it is. Arguing won't change anything. What's the plan, Parton? I'm assuming you brought us here for a reason?
There is no plan. We followed him here on the promise of more juice. But it turns out there ain't a drop here. Besides,
Text mom and tell her that Genshin Impact is more important than family.
even if we did get our hands on more of that stuff, switching faces again.
Barty, no.
Still gonna melt off eventually.
My nutritionist is also going to call me soon. I can't wait till she does it while I'm on stream.
The most practical solution is to continue using the potion. Keep switching to a new face before the ulcers can start forming.
Are you kidding me? This stuff was hard enough to get a hold of even when we had a supply. Now you're asking us to use it like skin lotion after the flood all but wiped the supply out?
Well, there is another option. But you'll have to make a deal with me first.
Okay, now we're talking. What's the deal?
I have a document I took from that researcher that details how to make a replacement. Just give me one bottle of the undiluted fluid, and I'll get to work. What's the problem? I thought you always kept reserves. Or do you really just
Genshin Impact over nutrition?
What do you think? That we were shipping
Barty, no.
by the basket load?
Well then, say hello to never showing your marred faces in public again.
Ugh, I've heard enough. Get him. Let's see if that document even exists.
Actually, Genshin Impact equal nutrition. No. Barty, no.
What? Who let them in?
Officer Morgan, before anything else, please find out Rawat's status.
Rawat?
I don't see him. Hand over the hostage now, if you want any chance of avoiding an extension to your sentences.
Spare us your condescending attempts to coax us back to our cells. You think we're looking to negotiate? Rawat is dead.
Nah.
Arrest them all! Don't let anyone get away!
Nah. Genshin Impact. Now with more vitamin F. No.
I see everything. Conjure!
Hands with the wings!
All my strength.
Another test subject. Settle down.
Porygon!
Gotta say, I never expected to see the head nurse in combat.
Some patients respond better to a more aggressive treatment plan. Did we get everyone?
Captain, we finished the head count. Potten's missing.
Over there! The door's closing!
Dun dun dun. How did y'all let him escape?
One group trying to arrest me, another trying to hunt me down. Good. I gotta kill two birds with one stone.
How did he get up there? There must be a secret passage somewhere. Find it!
Don't waste your energy. I already sealed it off.
How naive. We have more people outside. If we're not back out by the agreed time, they'll come to our rescue.
Well then, you'd better hope they get here in time.
Dang. Dang.
There's some kind of gas leaking from the pipes. Be careful, it's poisonous.
This
How did
is
she
our
know that?
distribution center, where we store the product derived from our source solution. We had to use special fire prevention methods to prevent contamination. The pipe network here was designed to emit a gas for firefighting. One little modification later, and it makes an efficient death trap.
Why would you do this? Your partners are here too.
Porygon!
Oh, please. If they can't supply what I need, they're of no further use to me. Besides, I can't have them exposing my
Everyone drink water.
whereabouts.
He's a maniac! Come on, we gotta find a way to open that door!
Go ahead, struggle in vain. Once the last of you croaks, no one will ever find me again. So long!
Are you sure you're ready to leave, Potten? You haven't changed your dressing today.
You can't cure my face, just give up.
And what if I could?
Nice try. You're just trying to stall me. Don't you worry about me. I'll find a way to cure my face once I get out of here.
Oh, I doubt it. After all, Fontanians can no longer dissolve in primordial seawater.
Dun dun dun.
What How did you...
The key component of the face-changing potion is the fluid left behind by dissolved Fontanians. It might look like ordinary water, but it has some unique elements in it. Before the flood, all Fontanians were oceanids, physiologically speaking. A potion made from that fluid could dissolve and reconstruct the face of a Fontanian, in much the same way as hydroidolins change form. Theoretically, it could give someone any appearance they wished, but since the flood, Fontanians have become true humans. They can no longer provide the source material for this potion, nor reap its benefits.
Dun dun dun.
This potion
Yup.
is made from Fontanians dissolved with primordial seawater?
Yep.
And their crimes are far worse than I thought.
How could you know all of this? No, wait. Of course! Well, well. So that's why you have a human appearance.
It also means that I have a formula you're unaware of. The air's getting thicker. It's getting hard to breathe.
I might get to make a deal today after all. Alright, keep talking. How do you intend to give me the formula?
Oh, it's not a formula, but a finished product. I have a bottle of it right here.
What?
When I tried Rawat's skincare product, I noticed it had a certain special component in it. So I had my friends gather some other ingredients for me, and sure enough, a little experimenting later, I produced the potion. I'm guessing his skincare lotion contains the fruits of your joint research?
Huh. Impressive guesswork. Yeah, we were a supplier for some of the raw ingredients. But it only contains a tiny amount of the active ingredient. The effect is minuscule compared to the undiluted fluid.
Well, I found a way to reverse the dilution process, giving the skincare lotion a similar effect to the fluid it is derived from.
That's impossible.
If I tell you...
That's why Rawat said it wouldn't be very effective on non-Fontanians.
First, you need to combine tainted hydrophantasm tissue with transoceanic pearls at a ratio of around 3 to 7.
Tainted hydrophantasms and transoceanic pearls. I see. Can't believe I never thought of that.
So, can we make a deal?
Sounds good to me. There's a delivery pipeline beneath this window. Drop the potion in, and I'll release you all.
Why would you trust this guy?
Not trusting you that easily. You're like those naughty kids who try to hide their illness. Open the sluice gate first, then I'll hand you the potion.
Even if you're not bluffing, your potion won't cure my face permanently. You really think you have any leverage here?
I'd be like, then I die with this.
This time. Clock's ticking.
Fine. Then I'll just stand here with the potion in my hand. And when I faint from the
Yep.
poison, I'll drop it and it'll be destroyed.
No.
It's open!
Disable that sluice gate! Jam it! Don't let it close again!
That's more like it. In that case, a promise is a promise.
Head nurse, there's too much poison gas in here. We have to leave, now!
Yay! We did it. That is one bad man.
That was too close. That button is a real nasty piece of work. Oh, don't be too quick to sit down. Moving around a little will help relieve the soreness. Same goes for you, traveler. Oh, but Paimon, you should be fine, right?
Flying fast is pretty tiring too, actually. Anyway, that's not important right now. Paimon's still shocked to learn that there's a whole criminal operation going on behind that skincare lotion.
Shame I ended up giving the improved version to Potten after finally making it for you. I'll make you some more, I promise.
No, please don't. Paimon doesn't want to use that stuff anymore. Still, it was a pretty good job that Paimon wanted to buy some in the first place, huh? It ended up saving everyone's lives. That's gotta count for something.
Yeah, Paimon was just kidding.
Head nurse. I've done a final head count of our team and the criminals. Everyone's here and doing fine. We're ready to escort the fugitives back to the fortress of Meripede. It's a shame that we didn't find Rawat. At this point, I'm afraid he's probably deceased.
What a horrible bunch. Especially that Patton guy. If he hadn't made good on that deal, we'd all be dead because of him. No, we wouldn't. I always keep a whole bunch of antidotes on me for emergencies. And one of them neutralizes that poison gas. We'd have been fine, even if he hadn't.
Well, how would you get out, though?
What? Then why did you give him the potion?
If this is true, I must concur. Sorry to be blunt, but I think you made a bad decision by handing him that bottle. If he changes his appearance and flees Fontaine, it's unlikely that we'll ever find him. No matter how cooperative his accomplices are when we question them.
No, you don't understand. I gave him the potion precisely so we could be sure where he'll go next.
What do you mean?
We
Oh,
gotta
that was
hurry.
Rawat.
She won't last much longer.
That was Rawat. Or rather, this is his mom. I still have like a lot of resin to burn. And I'm supposed to be at my parents' house like right now. And I'm supposed to get a call like right now.
Don't move a muscle. I might be short, but I pack a mean punch. Captain, you're just in time. While I was lying in wait, I spotted this crook snooping around, trying to find a way in. So I detained him.
Oh, his face.
Are you?
That doesn't even look as bad.
So this is where you were heading, huh?
What?
This is how Potton looked before his face was marred.
Oh.
His current appearance matches the mugshot on his arrest warrant.
I see. Wait, so what's going on? Wasn't the whole point of the potion to disguise himself and escape Fontaine? Why would he change
His
back to
mom.
his original face and run right into our trap?
Enough of this nonsense. Let me in.
You better pipe down. There's an old lady in there who's very sick. No way are we letting a crook like you inside.
To heck with it. Listen to me. I'm Rawat. That's my mother in there.
He's gotta be lying, right? Rawat was a victim in all this. He was
No.
forced into it against his will. How can he and this monster be the same person?
Forced against his will. That's the funniest thing I've heard all day. Heck, when I was being coerced, everyone thought I was colluding of my own free will. And then when I actually became a criminal in my own right, you all suddenly thought I must be under duress. Amazing what a difference a handsome face makes.
Save us the speech. Explain yourself.
You want an explanation? Fine.
Dun, dun,
I'll tell
dun.
it how it is. When I was just Potton, the whole world treated me with contempt.
Ew. What do you want? Get away from me.
Women despise me.
Collaborate? You don't look like much of a researcher to me.
My peers scorned me.
Mr. Potton, was it? I'm most interested in your research. Consider my offer carefully. I doubt you'll find other investment opportunities.
Only villains would work with me.
You want out of the game? Forget about it. Turns out, I slipped up a little. Left your picture with some Marechaussee Phantom officers. Easy mistake to make. Now they've listed you as an accomplice and drawn up an arrest warrant. So I suggest you put any thoughts of running away to rest. If you get caught by the guards for being in the synth business, you ain't never seeing the light of day again.
There was no way out for me until I could stop being Potton.
Mr. Rawat, I have something I'd like to tell you.
I became popular with women.
This new potion you developed is fascinating. Genius, in fact.
would you consider working with me? I'd be happy to sign a licensing agreement.
My peers looked up to me. I'm very interested in your research, sir. You must no doubt have offers from countless investors. So far be it from me to ask for a full collaboration, per se. I merely wanted to express my interest. No pressure at all, naturally.
And the villains even began to fear me. Becoming Rawat showed me what a superficial world we live in. But I did not hold a grudge. After all, this superficiality could be made to work in my favor. Or so I thought. But alas, the world seemed bent on finding a reason to make me despise it. Mother, I'm back. How are you doing?
She doesn't recognize him.
Oh, who are you?
I bought the best medicine Mora could buy, but nothing would cure her illness. In the end, I hoped she'd at least be able to see her son one last time before she passed, but when everyone else rejected me, the only person who cared about me was my mother. Then, when I became a rising star in the Fontaine Research Institute, I was unrecognizable to her.
I have to let her see me again. Even if it means donning my own wretched, ugly face. Well, is that enough explaining for you? Now do you understand? Let me inside already!
Have you ever considered if you'll even be able to look your mother in the eyes? After what you've done, you found a way to completely change your identity. You could easily have escaped from them. But no, you chose to keep working with them.
Why would I want to give up on such a lucrative business? The profits were dozens of times that of the synth business, and it was all above board.
So you kept being a villain just for the money?
Villain? By what standard?
Dun dun dun.
Is doing evil deeds really what makes someone a villain in your eyes? Or does it all come down to the way they look? None of you saw a villain when I was wearing my other face, did you?
I did.
You have no right to judge me. You're all just fake people living in a hypocritical world. I regret nothing. My mother would understand.
You're
Yeah.
a villain to the core, but especially that tongue. Honestly, I don't see a villain when I look at your current face either.
Don't humor me. You don't seem surprised by my confession in the least.
Kingdra.
Have you known the truth?
I didn't know anything for sure until you chose to take that potion bottle and spare our lives. But if you're asking when I started suspecting you, it was the first time you came to see me at the infirmary. I had to confirm my suspicions. That's why I chose to join this investigation.
Are you kidding me? A young, promising researcher and a wretched criminal? What on earth gave you the idea that they could be one and the same person?
Well, there were no visual clues. This potion's face-changing effects are very powerful. Even as a Melazine, I couldn't see through the disguise. But I believe I understand humanity a little better than most of my kind. Humans have certain fundamental qualities that do not change with their appearance.
Fundamental qualities, huh? So you think you're the one who's seen through me, do you? Most people probably don't know this, but I think I can guess what your deal is. Melazine constitutions are very close to that of water. So it stands to reason that the potion should work on them too. You use it yourself, didn't you? That's why you have a human appearance.
Sea Dream?
Ooh.
You're right.
I'll bet it was back in the days when Melazines were discriminated against because of their appearance. It was either carry on living in the gutters as part of an alien race cast out by humanity, or become the head nurse of the fortress of Meripede, revered by all. Not a hard choice to make. It's a no-brainer. So you see, you and I were the same. And I'm the one who saw through you!
No.
It's not important right now. You came here to see your mother, didn't you? Well, I can grant you your wish.
Huh?
Head nurse, I'm not sure that's a good idea in his current state.
Don't worry. Back in the warehouse when I traded the potion for our lives, I was doing it to test him. He was willing to risk sacrificing his only chance of escaping capture by opening the gate in exchange for the potion. Also, he could see his mother again. If nothing else, his concern for his mother is genuine.
I see.
So before you arrest him, please allow him to see his mother one last time. The Traveler and I will accompany him.
You have nothing to worry about.
All right. I understand.
Also, my nutritionist has not called me yet. And I'm supposed to be at my parents' house right now.
Mom? It's me, Potton. Your son. You recognize me now, don't you? Mom, what's wrong?
I'm sorry, but I have some bad news. I examined
She's lost her
your
eyesight.
eyes
I knew it! Oh, she's working on a holiday. Oh my gosh, you are probably right. I bet
lost her eyesight.
she's not gonna call me because it's a holiday.
Your appearance no longer has any
But 2 weeks ago, she was like, I'll call you in 2 weeks.
But there are always other ways to remind our loved ones who we are. Wouldn't you say?
No, it can't be. Please, Mom, open your eyes. It's me, your son, Potton. If you really can't see my face, then here, take my hand.
Barney, what?
Your son, man. I've done so much to get to this point. Please, you have to recognize me. No.
The temperature of his palm must have changed. I'm sorry. It seems I couldn't bring him back to you after all. It's you. Thank you.
Fair, I didn't catch it either. Yeah, well. She'll call tomorrow. It's not that important. It's just a check-in call, but... Oop.
Will you answer her and not me?
Dang.
Why?
His mom told him.
No more questions, Potton. She's gone.
Mom?
I'm sorry to say this, Potton.
I don't pity this guy.
You and I are not the same.
Potton is eventually taken away by members of the Marche Phantom. A day passes in a flash.
The wait is over, everyone! The sale of our new skincare product, Romaritime Essence, will now begin.
Another skincare promotion! And it's selling as fast as last time. Wonder what people would think if they knew what was in the last batch. Oh, Seedween's here too! Hey, Seedween!
Seedweenie!
Traveler, Paimon, hello! Oh, I hope you two got a good rest yesterday after all your hard work.
Of course! Nurse's orders, right? Anyway, are you here to take notes for your next article?
Actually, I'm mostly here to help Officer Morgan wrap up yesterday's case.
Ah, that reminds Paimon. That stuff sold like crazy, didn't it? Is it gonna cause huge problems?
Nope, there's nothing to worry about. Unless modified, Butterfly Dew is an excellent skincare product that's completely safe to use. Besides, officers have already retrieved all Butterfly Dew purchased on the market. Now it's just a matter of disposal. After consulting Monsieur Nervulette, I came up with a way to neutralize any harmful effects. So it'll evaporate naturally, without polluting water or soil.
Wow, it's Seedween to the rescue again!
Thank you for serving as our consultant, head nurse. All the butterfly dew we recovered has been disposed of, according to your instructions.
Great! Good job, everyone!
Also,
Yay!
you wanted a copy of Rawat's interrogation records. Well, technically, Potton's records. Anyway, I have them with me. After he saw his mother for the last time, it was like all his mental defenses came crashing down. He put up no resistance during the interrogation, and answered all our questions. We learned a lot. Apparently, the formula was something he discovered by chance, while helping the criminal gang produce synth. Later, he came up with the idea to dilute it, and use the resulting substance as a skincare product. Their supplier was Vache.
Vache.
But you could also argue that they were the ones doing him a favor. His operation helped Vache's gang dispose of an enormous amount of evidence. It made for a seamless collaboration. One man's trash was another man's treasure, and there were no loose ends. It's no wonder we never noticed what Potten's gang was up to.
Vache again, huh? Is there still no end to the harm he caused?
Make no mistake. The crimes of Vache and his accomplices will come to an end. It's only a matter of time. Since the flood cut off their supply of primordial seawater, they've been forced to resort to riskier methods, like using their private reserve to attack people on the street. Naturally, those attempts all ended in failure. After receiving numerous reports, we were able to zero in on the gang and eventually round them up.
That sounds more like it.
Based on what he told us in his confession, we pretty much had him backed into a corner, even though he made a point of distancing himself from the gang while disguised as Rawat. He tried to throw us off his tail by reporting his accomplices, giving him enough time to transform back into Potten and see his mother one last time. But there was one thing he hadn't anticipated. Even though Potten had been missing for a long time, we were very much still on the lookout for him. So, the moment he appeared in public after changing back to his original appearance, we caught him.
So he tried this once before, huh? Guess he really did want his mother to see him again. But in the end, looking at the interrogation records, it seems like he spent the first sum of money he earned as Rawat on his mother's treatment.
Yes, which is
Dun
why I
dun.
suspect that his initial motive for using the potion was not personal greed, but a desire to become somebody who had the power to save her. Even so, he went too far. In the end, he got what he deserved.
I understand. Thank you for bringing me these records. Why did you want them anyway? Potten was one of my patients, so I need to put together a medical file for him. My teacher always stressed that a person's life experiences are just as important to their file as their medical history. Why are you still treating him like your patient? Isn't he kind of beyond redemption now? That may be true, but a patient is a patient, regardless of the choices that bring them to my care.
Siege Wing's too good for this world.
Please keep everything you know about this potion a secret. It would be for the best if most of Fontaine knows nothing of its existence. I know my fellow officers and I will be able to sleep easier if that's the case.
Of course. Not to worry.
Thank you for understanding. I'll take my leave then.
So, Siegewin, did you really use that potion yourself? Why do you sound so surprised, Paimon? I told you all about it. It was quite a while ago now. You mean that story about the witch and the potion? So it was really, actually, genuinely a true story? Yes.
Was her teacher the witch?
Actually, genuinely was. But I know. There are some secrets I can't tell anyone about. But considering everything we've been through together, I know I can trust you with them. Before I tell you though, could you follow me somewhere? I want to pay my respects to an old friend. Of course.
This quest is never gonna end. I'm never going to my parents' house. I also have so much resin. Look at my resin. Go eat. No, I have to finish. I'm so close. This is like that little, you know, epilogue bit. I'm there. Nervalette and Risley? What is this? A date? Bring your phone to burn resin at the dinner table. Now I'll come back and burn resin.
Good to see you, traveler. Paimon. I trust all has been going well for you.
Big news, everyone. The Udex is out of his office on important business.
Hmm? Is that genuinely something people would consider
Yes.
big news?
Why wouldn't they? Important business is a big deal.
Ah, yes, you're quite right. When someone you care about requires emotional support, being there for them at the right time and place is of the utmost importance. After reading the Maréchal Phantom's reports, I had a feeling a trip here might be in order.
Take note. That, my friends, is how Monsieur Neuvillette shows
Let's see
their affairs. We're both here for the same purpose, actually. To accompany Sigewinne as she pays her respects to her late teacher.
So the old friend she mentioned was her teacher then? The witch? Oh, sorry. Paimon didn't mean to be rude. It's only because Sigewinne calls her that all the time, so...
I doubt she considers that title to be offensive, Paimon. Don't worry.
Indeed. In fact, I believe Sigewinne would take it as a sign of affection. She has spoken of this doctor on many occasions, and it sounds like she was a truly generous individual. In those days, many people harbored prejudices against Melusines. She was the only teacher willing to take Sigewinne on as a student.
Wow. It's really nice of you two to be here for Sigewinne. Guess you guys really look out for your younger colleagues, huh?
Younger colleague? Well, that might be true for the Udex, but I'm not sure I can
I was
say
like,
the same.
Sigewinne's old.
Sigewinne served a sentence in the fortress of Meripede hundreds of years ago, and after she did her time, she decided to stick around. She's been an integral part of our administration ever since.
What was she in jail
Simply
for?
speaking, the head nurse has been around longer than most people in the fortress, myself included. Pretty sure that makes me the younger colleague.
She served a sentence?
Yes. Long before I became Udex.
Really?
There was an ancient law in Fontaine that prohibited any attempt to transform another species into a human. Initially, I and most researchers believed this law to have been imposed due to ethical concerns. But now, it seems more likely that the law was nothing more than an insurance policy. A way for Egeria to ensure that her people would remain insulated from the truth, thus enabling them to lead more straightforward, happier lives.
Sigewinne did crimes. Did not see that coming. Oh, it sounds more like it was her teacher trying to turn her human.
The act was nonetheless in clear violation of the law.
Could you tell us a little bit more about what happened back then?
Certainly. Sigewinne does not object to her close friends learning about her history. In fact, I first learned of it myself because she confessed the truth to me of her own volition.
How much more is there?
Even with their daughter so ill, they kicked you out? Stubborn as always. And prejudice isn't a disease I can cure either. Shame that I don't have the energy to get over there. You're laughable, you old witch. You want to save everyone in Fontaine, but you can't even save the patient before you.
Master, what are you...
I discovered a strange disease, one I suspect that every Fontainian suffers from. But without witnesses or proof, no one will believe me. I had no choice but to experiment on myself.
I knew it. I was like, she's out here doing experiments.
And as you can see, it took a wretched toll on me.
Then I'll find a cure for you. And then you can go cure her.
Drink water, everyone.
There's no need. I am beyond saving now. There's nothing you can do.
But, Master...
As I said before, a doctor's duty is to treat whatever ailments they can.
I know. But they don't trust me at all.
That girl. She's your first ever patient, isn't she? Tell me, what cost are you willing to bear to see her cured?
I'll do whatever it takes.
Even if it means breaking the law and being punished
Dun
for
dun
it.
dun.
As long as I don't hurt anyone. Yes.
Spoken like a true student of mine. Then I shall.
Should I go to my
no
parents with
more
this hat on?
gamble and see my experiment through to its end.
The F-boy
Leave me
hat.
for now, and come back in 2 hours. If I am able to work this miracle, then I will have found a way to save all Fontainians, and I shall be able
You
to
pull it off?
treat that girl.
Physically.
And it means there is one more disease in this world that I cannot
Hold on.
treat.
Wait.
In that case, do not come looking for me. I will leave you a parting gift. An accidental discovery happened upon through my study of this strange disease. It has little use, but it will at least help you cure this one patient you can reach.
When Sigewinne returned, the miracle had not occurred. She found a potion bottle and a note on the table. After using the potion as instructed, she gained her current form, breaking Fontaine's law in the process. And after I had confirmed the veracity of the events, I gave my verdict.
So that's what happened.
I fear Sigewinne only understood the full story after the truth about the dissolution of Fontainians was uncovered. When I reflected on all this with that knowledge in hand, I felt a deep sense of regret. As I use the law to uphold justice, there are times when I cannot help but acknowledge its ruthlessness. After the final details of the events surrounding Sigewinne's transformation came to light, I checked several sources and, thankfully, the legal code does not require Sigewinne to shoulder any additional punishment.
Wonder how she feels about all this.
Since she invited you here, I imagine she intends to speak of these matters with you, no?
Alright, I legitimately feel like I need to leave this till I come back. I'm gonna condense some resin real quick. Because it's almost full. And then I will come back. Finish the quest. Do the Imaginarium Theater. Spend my resin. And then switch to Baldur's Gate. This quest never ends. No, for real! I was like, okay, we made it to the epilogue. And then there was like more! That's how all the stories go, though. Have a good time with your family. They're probably just like grilling out or something. They're probably like, where the heck is she? What time is it? I'm 20 minutes late right now, but it'll take me at least 10 minutes to get there.
Bow your head.
Alright, let's see who is online to raid. And then, like I said, I will be back. What is this? Does this always do this green little glowing thing? Y'all see this? Does this always do this? Anyway. Alright. Let's see who's online. We'll do a quick raid. And, oh my goodness. And I'll come back and finish that up. Oh my gosh. Jade is on right now. Let's go raid Jade. Because she was just here. She literally just started. I'm gonna have to, like, raid and run. Alright. Let's pull the affirmation card, and then I'll hit the raid button. Alright. Closing affirmation card. Like sprinting. That's a bonus card. Abundance. Congratulations. It seems you're due for an infinitely big piece of abundance pie. Feel like you don't deserve it? Knock it off. It's already plated and ready to hit your table. Reluctant to take it? Shut your hole. Abundance pie is big enough to serve everyone. So get your whipped cream ready, unless you're lactose intolerant. Or me, because I still love whipped cream. And enjoy your well-deserved metaphorical dessert. Abundance. Alright, let's set up this raid. Bye, Barney. Bye, Kevin. I will be back. I just gotta eat dinner. Alright, y'all. See y'all later. Bye. Bye.